This is a stressful one. This is fine. So we did have the healing, so which I'm really glad we played this. Now we need to also play something that doesn't die to this. Goes to 11. We're still sitting at lethal because I can challenge this and get in 17. He's got to do something else. Come on, budget dragons, don't let me down. We can take down the Trundle Asol deck easy. That's all you got? That's all you got?
My spirit shines.
Do we do it? They've got Spell Shield. Come on, budget dragons, let's go. They've got Spell Shield. Oh, are we gonna take down the Aurelian Soul Tyrant? Oh! Budget dragons, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, I have a treat for you today, and it is my budget Demacia Dragons deck. Because dragons are amazing, and mid-range budget decks are super cool, and this deck is awesome. So it is a super budget deck. That means it has no champions, no epics. It's all commons, it's all rares. And so I'll go over the deck for you really quick here. So for the dragons, because it's a dragons deck, we're running Screeching Dragon, which is one of the best dragons in the game. Not the best, but one of the best. It is a 4/5, has Challenger and has Fury. So the Fury mechanic on dragons, I think, was overlooked. Kind of looked underwhelming, but it's actually quite powerful. When you can get these guys out early, it makes attacking into the dragons for your opponent kind of a nightmare, especially if they're playing more aggressive decks with small dudes, because your dragons just keep getting bigger and bigger as they eat things, as they should, because dragons. So this guy's really good. It gives you a Challenger. He gets huge really fast. We're also playing a couple copies of the Fused Firebrand. It's just a 5-mana 5/5, but this guy has Spell Shield, so it makes it hard for the slower control decks to deal with him because Spell Shield is strong. All right, next up we have the White Flame Protector. This is a 4-mana 4/4, has Fury as well as the dragons do. But what's good about playing a 4-mana one, it gets you earlier plays. With the mana reduction that we'll go over in a bit here, a lot of times you're playing this on turn 3, so it gives you an early game play, which is really nice. And this dude, it's just really good, and the art is awesome. Look at this. Look at this big old fiery tail dude. So early game, we're playing 3 copies of the Spacey Sketcher. This card is insane. It's super strong. It gives you an early game play, but it also allows you to invoke a Celestial card that costs 3 or less. And the cards you're getting in this spot are very, very strong. A lot of times you'll be getting things like a Silence, a Spell Shield, a Challenger, or the card that reduces mana cost is very, very powerful just because it lets you play your bigger dragons even earlier. And the best way to win with this is play your big stuff soon. So this card is strong. It gives you, plays throughout the entire game, and it kind of lets you pick and choose what you need versus certain opponents. Like if you need a Challenger to pull a big thing out of the way so you can get lethal, it'll give you that. Late game, early game, it deals with threats. It's just all around a good card. So 3 copies of that. We're playing the Bright Steel Protector. This is really cool. Since we are a mid-range deck at heart, giving one of our dudes Barrier a lot of times means that your opponent can't even attack into him because our units have Fury, and if we're just killing things, they're just getting bigger for, your opponent not getting any value. Since we are playing things like single combat as well, giving something Barrier so then you can strike it for no downside on our end is very powerful as well. We are playing a full 3 copies of this. It's really, really strong removal. And since we kind of lack removal options other than the Celestial things, since we're in Demacia, this is just a good removal. It pairs really, really well with Fury since we eat things and get big, and it's sweet. We are playing a couple copies of Guiding Touch. A lot of times it's just 2 mana, draw 2, but you can heal both your allies, so you can heal your dragons with it, and you can heal your Nexus, so if you're facing down super fast aggression, I like having a couple copies of these because it can really save your butt. But keeping your dragons alive once they get gigantic is also nice, and it's burst speed, so this is a little bit of card draw, and it's just an overall good card. Herald of Dragons. So this card we're playing a full 3 copy as of. We have a lot of dragons, obviously. That's the name of the deck. This allows us to play the dragons earlier, and it's just strong in this. You always want this in your opening hand. A lot of times I'll aggressively mulligan for it because if you are playing your White Flame Protectors on 3 into Screeching Dragon on 4, it's just super, super powerful. I wasn't sold on this card at first, but after playing a whole bunch with this deck, it's awesome, and it should go in the deck. I'm playing a few copies of these. So the Solaris Shield Bearer, I put them in just to stave off aggro. When you play it, it's a 2-mana 3/6. So it gets us a little aggression in if you're, wanting to beat down your opponent against control decks. But also, it's just a huge blocker. It can stop aggressive decks, and it gives us something to play on too that's very powerful. This card is good, so I'm playing a few copies of it. And then we're playing interesting cards in Dragon's Clutch and Mobilize. So Dragon's Clutch, this is our card draw engine in the deck. Usually you're playing it for draw 2 dragons at burst speed for 3 mana, which is awesome. But also you can use it as a combat trick too. Giving 2 guys +1/+1 can sometimes blow out your opponent. And then we're playing Mobilize as well. So Mobilize is an interesting card that is generally pretty bad, but when you pair it with something like Dragon's Clutch, where you draw 2 dudes and then you reduce the cost of all of your stuff in hand by 1, it's actually powerful. I would never play 3 copies of this. It's the worst top deck in the game. If you have no cards in hand, you draw this, you lose the game, like on the spot. But if you have this early on, it's really good. It's not usually something I keep in my mulligan unless I have a very spicy hand. But it can actually, let us play our big stuff early, and Mana Cheat is good in card games, so it's actually strong since most of our deck is units. We have a lot of dudes, so it's very powerful. I threw in the Solari Priestess, so this card is also super strong. The Celestials you get at 4, 5, and 6 are insane. It'll allow you to get the Obliterate if you need it, to remove something. Getting the twin whatevers, the 4/3s is really good. My mind is blanked. You can get removal from it. It's just overall good. So I put in this, more value, more Celestials, seems good. I also threw in the full 3 copies of Zenith Blade. This is a really sweet card. I really like it a lot. The biggest thing is you're able to give your dragons Overwhelm. Your dragons often get gigantic from all the Fury triggers. They get really big, but a lot of times, like if you're going against something like Spider Aggro or anything that has a lot of little dudes, their 1/1 can just block your 12, 13 dragon or whatever. So this allows you to get through with Overwhelm. It draws another copy of it, so you can give a lot of dragons Overwhelm. And a lot of times, if you can give 3 dragons Overwhelm, that's just good game. So I put in 3 copies of this. It's been working really well for me. Plus, how cool is it just giving a dragon a sword? That's just like the ultimate dream, right? And then we're playing a couple copies of Concerted Strike. It's possible you might want to play 3 of these, but I'm playing 2 copies. It's more removal, and also it works the same way with single combat in that it triggers Fury. So if your dragons eat something, they get bigger. Super sweet. And then I'm playing a couple copies of Star Shaping. So this is a very, very flexible card in the deck. Since we don't have a lot of the very expensive in-game bombs like Aurelian Soul, things like that you'd see in the non-budget version of this, this is strong in that it can get you an in-game bomb if you need it to win the game. It heals as well, as you can see. That's what the card does. And it's just powerful. If you need extra removal, sometimes this can get it. But a lot of times you're using this for just a big in-game bomb, like if you want to pull the big elusive Celestial, something like that. It's pretty strong, pretty powerful. And I like having a couple copies of this. It's just kind of like our late game finisher in the deck. So I do have a non-budget version that I'll throw down in the description as well, that I've been really, 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 really liking a lot. But it's running, Aurelian Soul and some of the more expensive cards. If you are looking to upgrade this deck, if you're liking the way it plays, something I would recommend is throwing in the Invilius Vox. This card is more card generation, more card advantage. It's also just a 6-mana 5/6 dragon. But yeah, when it's just getting you a whole bunch of dragons, this is powerful. And then you would also, another upgrade is going to be the Infinite Mind Splitter. So this card is one of the most broken cards in the game, in my opinion, right now. It's so, so powerful. You just remove 2 things from combat for the rest of the game, essentially. It's incredible. It's also just an 8-mana 8/8, which is super good. When you give something Overwhelm, it's a good Overwhelm target. And yeah, this card is just bonkers bananas powerful. So first upgrades of the deck, if you do want to kind of like make this less budget, I throw in the Invilius Voxes, the Infinites, and then if you have Aurelian Souls, they fit really well as well because he's also a dragon. So I really, really like this deck. I'm a huge fan of it. I've been having a blast with it. Even for a budget deck, it's performing well. I've been playing it at Platinum. You know, it's only a few days into the expansion and doing well with it. Obviously, the non-budget version, if you can afford the epics, helps a lot. But if you're, you know, newer to the game, have less cards, don't have all the epics, don't have the dragons, this is a sweet deck, and it's super fun. And it lets you play dragons. Dragons are the best. So do it. Hopefully you enjoyed this deck. I do stream on Twitch every Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'd love to see you come hang out, keep me company, help us brew more things. I'll have more budget decks as well as I kind of like perfect them. I don't like to put stuff on here until I've tested them a lot. But this deck, I think, is worthy of being on YouTube. Anyways, enjoy the next few games. You're amazing. I love you. And until next time, you stay saucy. Ooh, Heimer Lux. All right, so I'm going to full mulligan for Priest. Ugh, this is okay. This isn't great, but it's okay. We may actually end up doing the beatdown plan. This is going to be a very slow deck, so we may actually use these just for beatdown value. Okay.
Confine and contain.
Clad in shining
This isn't that
sunlight.
good until we get dragons. Can't
Nothing
attack.
escapes
Oh.
my notice.
If we want to get
You
damage
cannot
in, we'll
sway
block
me.
here. I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to get this for Lux. But he's gonna block. I'm going to just attack at the start and play this. And hand isn't great. That's good, but we don't have any dragons. Okay. It's not that bad. So let's play the Priestess. I'm using his removal before he has things that matter is good. I'm going to play this.
Daylight warms the heart.
We don't really have a turn 5 play right now, and this could let us kill like a Heimerdinger. It's a strong card. It's a shit draw. Our hand is pretty trash. We'll just play this.
Shape the skies and
In case we do draw a
mold the
dragon.
earth.
Okay. So, something useful? Okay, okay. We drew the dragon. Okay.
Even to the young bloods, we are nothing.
I'm gonna play it. I thought about doing nothing, hoping he plays a Heimerdinger and then doing this. But I'm gonna just assume, for the very first time ever, that our opponent's smart. I don't normally assume my opponent's smart, but I'm going to this time. Couple plays. I could strike this. It's good he played that before he played Lux. I could strike this. It would suck if he has Mystic Shot. I could also just give this Overwhelm and attack. Which isn't bad. If he has Mystic Shot, the strike play does kind of suck, but if we do this, it's Mystic Shot still kind of blows us out. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna choose these two. If he has Mystic Shot, we do get one out here. Okay.
Happy to do whatever's needed.
Now we gotta get in here. If he
glory.
blocks here, our Fury is awesome.
Safety first.
Sweet. 4 damage is good. I like doing 4 damage. Sweet. More dragons. Sweet. So this could be 3. So I can mobilize and play this. I could also just play this. I'd like to mobilize if I could this turn. Oh yeah, this is just mobilize, play this. Like almost always, and then I can play this as well.
Take a look at this.
This is okay. I don't think he attacks with this, but
She was born from the
I'm probably
mountain.
gonna get rid of this with the Sketcher. You can reduce the cost of something. Could be really, really good. We could use the stun also to potentially get lethal. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do want to do. Okay, we're gonna take the stun
Is just
because
accidental
we're
art.
likely gonna play this. Let's see what we do. Screechy Boy is good. This is just better. So I'm gonna play this. Now if he plays something...
How can I help?
Doesn't matter is the problem. I think I still just stun them, make him have to do something. This can challenge... We can swing him for 12. It's not that good is the problem. I could also just give this Overwhelm. That's a really tough turn. I'm not gonna just pass. I'd like to draw with this, but make him have to deal with this first. This could just be a lot of extra damage. I could have put it on this, but I want to do it on the Challenger Dragon. We've gotten a lot of value off of this too, so we can actually probably attack with it now that we have a lot of mana. He can't play Heimerdinger now. I think we all are just going to attack here. I'm probably going to swing in with everything. There's no way he blocks this.
Ooh, that's new.
They have no
I mean,
mercy.
this is a lethal attack, so he has to block one of the big things. He may have, like,
Surge
removal. Him using spells before he plays Lux isn't bad.
Contain magic.
This is where Fury is just sick. He can play Lux. That's probably fine, though. We have another big dragon. Remembrance, no heal. Screechy Dragon's good. Screechy Boy. Another one. Fuck, no heal, please. Okay. 2 challengers is bad for us. But we could always maybe do this. It's really good that we took this. So if he just open attacks, I don't think it's the worst. Okay. Interesting he didn't take anything that really mattered. He's got to play something else. And now maybe we can get him with the stun.
The sun is shining. We should too.
I do want to play this first. If he starts killing all my stuff, I'm going to be sad, but I probably want to stun these. I might even just play this to see what it is. We need to, that would let this be a lethal attacker with this. Stun is good. Now the hot play would be as if he get excited, it's his own dragon. Or he plays Get Excited on this, and then he plays Mystic Shot and Get Excited on this. That would be like the primo play. These have Spell Shield, which is good. Okay. Frostbite sucks big butt.
Pushing
Like
my
really
limits.
bad. Sucks that he just like got that off of the stupid guy. So now he gets to kill this. I guess he'll challenge this. Oh my god, what the fuck? Wow. He got Reckoning and Frostbite. That is bullshit. He still dies. That's crazy, though. He's still dead because that's how math works, but that's still crazy.
This is my choice.
What a crazy thing for him to get. Doesn't matter, though. Not strong enough to beat dragons. So yeah, I'm building budget decks that don't contain any epics or legendaries, essentially. And I'm and a semi-higher ranking, so it's all people with good decks. So it's been a little tough. I need dragons. No Herald. Hey, what's up, Nutter? How's it going? Okay. Laser Wars, how's it going, dude?
What's that noise? I must get out of here.
Nuts. Mirror matchups are so crazy because they go a bit later. Boards are whack. Yeah, they get insane. I'm gonna save spell mana. I don't really need to do yet. I want everything else in my hand. Ooh.
Spilled paint is just accidental art.
I can play this next turn now if I want to. Ranger Resolve seems like a staple in the Demacia card. Any reason for avoiding it here because of the late game? Yeah, I just didn't have a card I wanted to take out.
I will tend this garden.
We're still in the middle of making this deck. Like, this is the second game I played of it, Faint. So we're still building the deck. This is not like a finalized list or anything. At all. Coming back to see what neat things I can do with new cards. There's a lot of neat things. Yeah, but this is like far from a finished list. I'd eat that. This card is really good. Rangers is all like, it's really good into the decks that have faster stuff and lower to the ground units. If he does nothing, he's got Vengeance, probably. Hey, Saucy, sorry for asking, but what's up with the new schedule? Is it going to be a normal schedule, or is it a permanent change? It was the release of the game, so I took off work. That's all. Sick. Yeah, the new set came out, so I took off work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. My regular schedule will continue next week when I have to keep working my day job.
I'll take him dead or near in love.
I still kill that. It's interesting. I had Maokai level up on me today. I had no idea what it did because I've literally never... Maokai is good. Maokai is very good. We can make these 6/6s. Oh, we can just strike that. This is... Yeah. Yeah. I still have to work my shitty day job again starting next week, so... single combat. Yeah, 2 big dragons. Go ahead and attack. I hate my job. I very dislike my job in all ways. I'm gonna play this. Yeah, it's different when you do something for fun versus when it's your job.
Bask in her radiant blessing.
Let's do that. I've only been free to play on this game so far. If you send money, what's the best way to use it? There's no packs, but you can buy specific cards you need.
To us.
You can't spend money on stuff, but yeah, you can get whatever specific things you need. Pretty spicy. The big thing is like,
Break their ranks.
sorry, let me think through this turn.
Hold still!
Believe or burn.
This is... every moment I'm working at my day job is time that I'm not able to devote to doing what I'm passionate about, which is content creation. Like, this is my dream. My dream is to do this full time. So all the time that I spend working at my job is time that I can't do this. So it makes me dislike my job more. Wait, doesn't have a... I also just don't like what I do. For a lot of reasons. What's up, Recon 3? How's it going? But yeah, that's 40 hours a week that I wish I was doing this versus being miserable. Yeah.
We weren't expecting callers.
This is a dragon. I have a lot of ways I can deal with this. If he plays another Rekindler, I think I just obliterate it.
Everyone's a garden.
This will just obliterate that now. Because it's annoying. I guess I could play this.
My faith protects me.
I can always just strike it. Because I had a desk job for 5 years and I hated the last 3 years. Trying. Trying for sure. Obliterate that. And then I'll strike this. This is just gonna get bigger. I can just kill him. I've worked for 5 years. I can't say the same. I've worked a full-time job since I was like 16. Doesn't matter. This is elusive. I guess it'd be smart. Oh, let's blade up. Beep. Super safe. Super safe. Everyone's a garden. Sick. Ruin. Whoop. Bap. Elusive. Bam! Alright, we got him. Alright. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like what you saw, it would mean a ton if you would hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell notification to be notified when I post some videos, share this with your friends, all that kind of stuff. You're amazing. I love you. And until next time, you stay saucy.